Are you ready to get your fix?
With the Wicks here on this beautiful Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. And welcome to the show. If it's your first time here, we talk all things NFL related. So make sure to subscribe if that's something that you would like to continue watching. Today is Wednesday, okay? And that means that we are going to dive through our Week 14 power rankings and our game picks. We do this every Wednesday during the season. These are basically, well, the power rankings are my thoughts, my opinions. This is what I believe each team is, slated as or whatever. And the game picks are done by myself and two of my buddies, Y4 and Logan Baumgart. So we have to get right into it with the Week 14 power rankings, starting off the bat at number 32, the worst team in the National Football League, the Houston Texans, losing to Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns, okay? They only have one win on the season. At 31, staying right where they were last week, the Denver Broncos, again, one of the teams that, they suck, okay? Only 9 points against the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I understand, but only 9 points with Russell Wilson? Yikes, can't have it. And then we look at number 30. We have the Indianapolis Colts. They're staying right where they were last week. They took a pretty brutal beat down, okay, from the Dallas Cowboys. But the Cowboys have done that earlier this season, in which they did to the Minnesota Vikings. So Colts at 30. At 29, the Chicago Bears staying right where they were last week. They ended up losing a close game to the Green Bay Packers. They probably should have won it. They didn't. They absolutely blew it. They're at 29. At 28, staying where they were last week as well, the Atlanta Falcons, okay? They just couldn't get it done. Pittsburgh got the best of them. Okay, they lost. They're at 28. At 27, down 2 spots, the Los Angeles Rams. This team stinks. Matthew Stafford done for the season. Baker Mayfield in, as we heard yesterday by the reports and stuff. We'll see what happens, but this team is yikes. At 26, staying where they were last week, the Carolina Panthers. They ended up, well, not doing so much. I think they had a bye week last week anyways. But yeah, at 25, up 2 spots after beating the Atlanta Falcons and Pittsburgh Steelers. Looks like they're on the horizon of at least potentially making the playoffs, having a winning season. You never know. Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season in 15 years. So we'll see what happens on that front there at 25. At 24, staying right where they were last week after beating the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers. At 23, again, staying right where they were last week, the Arizona Cardinals. They were on a bye. And yes, them and the Panthers were both on a bye, so that's why they stayed put. At 22, Los Angeles Chargers, they're down 2 spots. Look, we've talked about it week after week after week. They're either good or they're bad. You never get a consistent Chargers team. You never know what you're going to get on any given Sunday. So, hey, they stunk it up. They're down 2 at 22. Also down 2 at 21, the New Orleans Saints. They lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. It looked like that game was theirs all the way until my boy, the GOAT, Tom Brady, said, hey, don't give me enough time. Don't give me 3 seconds, okay, because I'm going to make you pay. Tampa 1, Saints down 2. Down 3 spots at number 20, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval, they lose, actually get embarrassed by the Detroit Lions. At 19, up 3 spots, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. They put a pretty decent performance on this past weekend. They're on a hot streak right now. Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams are they're getting it going, okay? And then we look at number 18, at down 2 spots, the Washington Commanders. They ended up tying with the New York Giants. The reason I put them down 2 spots is because there's 2 teams just above them that you see with the green right there that I believe are just a little bit better at this point anyways. And then we look at number 17, down 2 spots, the New England Patriots after losing to the Buffalo Bills. You don't know what you're going to get. The team is good enough because they have Bill Belichick. But again, they're not playing as good of football as the teams above them. First off, being up 5 spots at 16, the Detroit Lions, okay? I believe they're 4-1 in their last 5 games. They're balling out. They're absolutely, they could be 5-0. They should have beat the Buffalo Bills. This team is finding its groove, okay? They're moving and grooving. They're winning ball games. What more can you ask for? They're at 16. Up 3 spots at number 15, we have the Cleveland Browns. Getting Deshaun Watson back was a big deal, okay, for the city of Cleveland. However, he performed horribly. Awful, okay? they still ended up winning thanks to the defense. They're at 15. Down one spot at 14, we have the New York Jets after losing to the Minnesota Vikings. Made it close towards the end, but just couldn't get it done. At 13, also down one spot, we have the Tennessee Titans. Man, they lost to the Eagles. It was a good game. I was hoping the Tennessee Titans were going to beat the Eagles. That wasn't the case. But look, they're still a very, very good football team. They're still number one in their division, even though they fired their GM, which I don't know why they did that. But still, they're a good team. That's why I only moved them down one at 13. Then we look at number 12, up 2 spots, the Seattle Seahawks, after pulling off a 27-24 victory over the Los Angeles Rams, who stink, okay? But hey, Seattle has a winning record. They're leading in their division. What more could you ask for from a team that really wasn't supposed to be where they are at this point in time? So good for them. They're at 12. At number 11, staying right where they were last week, the New York Giants, after tying the Washington Commanders, who they probably should have beat. They didn't. We'll see what happens this upcoming week, but I still think they're a very good football team. They got the Eagles upcoming. At number 10, down one spot, the Baltimore Ravens, only beating the Broncos by 1 point, 10-9. Interesting, right? Baltimore has been very inconsistent. They're a good team, but they just can't finish that well, okay? But, hey, they're still in the top 10, and I got them at 10. So, at number 9, up one spot, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after getting a win against the New Orleans Saints, that comeback victory, the most comebacks in NFL history by none other than the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, with 44. At number 8, down 2 spots, the Miami Dolphins, okay? I really can't remember what they did this past week. I think they lost. Yeah, that's right. That's why I moved them down. And then at number 7, up one spot, the Cincinnati Bengals. Look, Joe Burr, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow, whatever you want to call him, Joey B. Hey, he got the job done. He is still undefeated against the Kansas City Chiefs. How you like me now? They are at number 7. And time for my top 6 teams in my Week 14 power rankings, starting with down one spot, the Minnesota Vikings. I put them down one spot, even though they won, okay, this past weekend, but the teams I have above them, there's just something about it, okay? Maybe I could have put the Vikings above the Bills because the Vikings did beat the Bills. However, the Vikings are just super inconsistent, so I can't give them the benefit of the doubt right here. They're staying at 6. At number 5, down one spot, the Buffalo Bills. They beat the New England Patriots on Thursday Night Primetime, but again, the team I have above them, the San Francisco 49ers, at number 4, who are up 3 spots. This team is the most complete team, I think, in the National Football League. I really do believe that. I mean, they have the running back, they have the wide receivers, they have the defense. They sort of had the quarterback. Now they don't. But I still don't think that matters. I think Brock Purdy, and we've seen it this past weekend, was able to ball. Okay, he knows that offense. He knows how to run it, and he knows how to be successful when it matters. That team is a really good one there. 4. At 3, down 2 spots, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. They did lose to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, so I couldn't put them at or couldn't leave them at 1. They drop to number 3. And at number 2, we have a new number 2 spot here. We have the Dallas Cowboys up 1 spot. Look, they have 2 blowouts this year. The first one being by 37 points. The second one being by 35 points. This team is unstoppable at some point. And we'll see what happens. But they're number 2 on my power rankings. And last but not least, number 1. There's a reason I got their jersey on my wall. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're up 1 spot. They're the best team, or they have the best record in the National Football League, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon, but hopefully they do against the New York Giants. So those are my Week 14 power rankings. We will now jump over to my Week 14 game picks that are done by myself, John, or Y4, and Logan Baumgart. You can find those 2 on Spotify, Apple Music, literally anywhere you can find your music, that's where you can find them. So let's dive right into it, starting with Thursday Night Football, Raiders, Rams. Who wins? We got the Raiders. Then we look at the Jets at the Bills. Me and John took the Bills. Logan took the Jets. I don't know why, but hey, anything's possible. Then we have the Browns at the Bengals. Joe Burrow has never beat the Browns. However, me and John think this is the first time they will get it done. Logan, being a Browns fan, took his Browns to win this one. Then we have the Texans at the Cowboys. Well, they have blowouts after blowouts, and they're playing the worst team in the National Football League. Easy, Dallas wins. Then we have the Vikings at the Detroit Lions. The Vikings need to win this one to clinch the NFC North outright. They still have it technically, no matter what happens. But it would be just sweet to do it in Ford Field for them. So me and John took the Vikes. Logan took the Lions. Then we look at the Jags at the Tennessee Titans. All three of us agreed the Titans are going to get this dub. And then we look at the Eagles at the New York Giants. John and Logan took the Eagles. This is the second straight week I have went against the Eagles because, look, I'm hoping that they lose 2 more ball games this year for my Minnesota Vikings to kind of sneak their way into that 1 seed, if you will. So hopefully this is the week that I'm right, the Giants win. And then we look at the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. John and I have the Steelers winning this one. They're on kind of a hot streak as of late. I think they're at like 163 rushing yards per game. They're like 7th offense or whatever the case may be. Shout out Owen or Britsburg Owen. But yeah, Logan took the Baltimore Ravens. I can understand why. The Steelers are kind of inconsistent, but they found a little bit of a hot streak. Then we look at the Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Going to be a good game, however, not really. Okay, Chiefs win. Then we look at Buccaneers at the San Francisco 49ers. John and I took the Buccaneers to win this one. Logan took the 49ers. I took the Bucs solely because, look, Tom versus Brock. Even though the teams, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. This is a very winnable ball game for the Buccaneers, especially with that, Brock Purdy in at quarterback. But I'm not taking anything away from him because he could be a stud. Then we look right at the Carolina Panthers at the Seattle Seahawks. Panthers stink. Seahawks don't. Seahawks win. Then for Sunday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Both John and I have the Miami Dolphins winning this one, where Logan took the Chargers to win. And you never know with them because they're super inconsistent. Okay? You never know what you're going to get. And then finally, for Monday Night Football, the New England Patriots take on the Arizona Cardinals. John took the Cardinals in this matchup, which makes a lot of sense after the Cardinals are coming off a bye. What do they got in store for us? I guess we'll find out. But Logan and I took the New England Patriots to win Monday Night Football. We have a couple teams on the bye: the Falcons, the Bears, the Packers, the Colts, the Saints, and the Washington Commanders. So there you have it, my Week 14 power rankings and my Week 14 game picks, brought to you by myself, Logan, Baumgard, and Y4. You can find them on Spotify and Apple Music and all the above. So have a great rest of your day, folks. Make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're only 17 away from 200 subs. It would be much appreciated if you could help me reach that goal. Have a great rest of your day, folks, and you just got your fix with the Wicks.